You're listening to The Morning Takeover with Wisdom's Daughter and James Mack on 92.7 WKRA FM, your station for information and inspiration. Breaking news, current events, and trending stories on The Morning Takeover at 9. You're listening to The Morning Takeover with Wisdom's Daughter and James Mack on 92.7 WKRA FM, your station for information and inspiration. Breaking news, current events, and trending stories on The Morning Takeover at 9.
And good morning to everyone, and welcome to the Morning Takeover. I'm James Mack, your host. Our co-host, Wisdom's Daughter, is resting well and enjoying a wonderful time off, and we wish her well. I hope to be enjoying this wonderful holiday that we're getting ready to have that we call Independence Day. And we celebrate it each and every year around this time. And I wonder how Independence Day is going to be celebrated in the future. Will we have an Independence Day? Will we remember where our great country has come from and the things that we will be doing? So many things have been coming up in the news. As you know, today's show will be talking about several things, including this document that has been put out called the Project 25. And we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about what we can do, the solutions that we can do as citizens and as people to kind of continue to enjoy the pleasures and the freedoms that we have, and so much more on this, the Morning Takeover. But before we go any further, we'd like to do our morning forecast, and it's hot, y'all. Of course, you know it. I know y'all hear me say it all the time. It is hot. It's going to get hotter, and just makes it better for us to sit up under the shade and have some wonderful beverages of some kind and just stay cool. But get ready for a hot afternoon. Sunshine all day, but suddenly the southern winds will be coming from the south, and there will be highs of the upper 90s, which will produce a heat index near 110 degrees. There is a heat advisory and heat warnings in effect for the rest of the afternoon. The excessive heat warning, the index will topple 110 degrees. Help your body stay cool and hydrated. Get in the air. Don't stay out in the elements, as we say. Get plenty of shades. Take breaks if you're working. For all of those landscapers, those that work outside, that have to work outside. Show them some love if you can. If you see your trash man or your mail person, hand them a glass of water, a bottle of water or something, and show your kindness through all of this. If you have pets or you have young people that babies of something, and you got to go to the store and get your last minute fixings, or you're so excited about the holiday and you forget your pets and your babies in the car, there's consequences for all of those actions. Please, you all, take your children inside the store with you. They need to be cool also. And if you have pets, don't take your pets out like this. If you do, please be very, very careful with them. We're still keeping an eye on the tropics. The Hurricane Beryl is approaching Jamaica. Jamaica has put out the final warning and telling people to evacuate. The last commuters and the last plane came out of Jamaica on this morning and landed in Chicago's O'Hare Airport. And many of the passengers were saying that they were just trying to escape what was coming. This is a real terrible storm, even if it is weakening over the tropics. They're still concerned about massive damage and destruction. So our thoughts are with those our brothers and sisters in Jamaica and Montego Bay down there. We're really extending our our cares and our prayers to you. Uh, we ask that you please be careful. This is going to be some heavy weather that we're going to be experiencing. Also, we are so happy to be able to be on today, given the fact that as we were talking on yesterday about the different things that are happening with the Supreme Court and all of the decisions that were being made, people are nervous and wondering what we're going to do and what's going to happen. But, still take courage. I think things are going to be well. But this 2025 project, we're going to elaborate on that a little bit more. How are we going to fare? How Americans are going to fare? How Black Americans? How are we going to fare under a Trump versus a Biden, or Biden Trump? Which of these people that we're going to vote for? What are we expecting out of them? What is the expectations? We already know with this 2025 project that it's a massive document. We're going to talk about that, but also we're going to talk about, there are ways, and then there are solutions. That all hope is not gone, and we're going to talk about some of the solutions that we that are out there, that we have options to also rectify this situation. I'd like to say hello to everyone that is listening to us, those that are in our chat, and those that are listening by our signal with our station. I'd like to say good morning to June, to Linda Gibbs, to Olivia, to Yvonne Moore over in Chicago. That's my dear friend Yvonne. Hey, how you doing? People are still working. They still got time. And to Alice, blessed child of God. Hey, all of you guys, I really want to thank you all for being with us. Project 2025. Interesting piece of work. When I got this document and analyzed it, I was very, very shocked at and very surprised that people have come up with this manifesto telling us what they want, not a Biden administration, but they want the Trump administration to implement and to put into place. So in other words, they're trying to write us off and trying to do the things that they're trying to do to us. It's just simply put, the Project 2025, it's a massive 920 pages. It's a novel that outlines exactly what the next Trump presidency will look like. And this doesn't include the policy proposals like immigration actions and educational proposals and, what they're going to do with the economy. We know the rich are going to try to do their best to take over everything and take over the monetary system, probably. Who knows? But rather, it's just a portrait of the America that conservatives, and be careful when you call yourself a conservative, because they're trying to bunch everybody up together. This is what they hope to do and hope to implement under a new Republican administration. So they have the Republicans and these so-called conservatives have in their mind, and in the idea in their mind, that we're going to take over. We're tired of the way things are going, and we're tired of all of the not being able to feel superior. And I'm being sarcastic at this time, but then it really bothers me, because we have to understand that these people are very, very serious. They're very, very serious. They have 4 fronts that they're trying to implement. Also, they said that this is their centerpiece. This is what we want. Our country is not great again. And they have someone at the forefront, as we know who he is, at the forefront of doing and implementing these plans that they're saying, that the Heritage Foundation is saying that it's just their goal. This is what they want. They're tired of how things are going, and they made a promise to make America a conservative nation. We don't like the way that you're thinking. We don't like the way that you're out there saying what you're saying. We don't want liberals. You shouldn't have rights that you have. They've already, the Supreme Court, not just the decision that was made this past week, but this decision gives the president almost a free reign, anointing him king. For the very first time, we come close to a dictatorship here in this country, and it's nervous, and it's got people nervous. It got people upset. We got the conspiracy theorists that are out there saying that it's the end, and we all got to duck for cover. Go get your water. Go get your bunker ready. I'm not running anywhere. I ain't going nowhere. I don't have to be scared. I don't want you to be scared. We just have to be informed and understand that the election has not happened yet. It is on its way in November, and we have a responsibility to and can make a difference. It's not a black or white issue. It is a nation's issue, because if America stops being the beacon of light of democracy that it is, perfect or imperfect, as whatever you want to say that it is, I love living here. I want to be here. I'm not going anywhere. I don't know, some of our great people that I know probably say, well, I'm going to move, I'm going to leave. I'm not going anywhere. I just believe that if we as a people stick together and we stand together, that we can make do with the country that we have. We can make things better. We have to be aware of the things that are going on. So we're going to delve into this Project 2025, and also we're going to tell you how you can make a difference in making sure that your voice is heard. We the people, it's not about them the people, but all of us, we the people, whether your opinions are this or that, you have a right to do so. But if under this plan, they're going to take that away from us. What if they take the right to free speech and free press? I will be out of a job, and the newspapers will be out of job. They will censor us and tell us what we can and cannot say. I'm just saying, and as a hypothetical, they're really trying to implement this conservative view, like we have no opinion, that other people that have different views don't have an opinion, and we all have an opinion. And I want to know what you think. I want to know what's bothering you, what's keeping you up at night. Share those with me. I'll be observing and watching. We want to thank Lady BB for yesterday, who had a wonderful, wonderful comment and her point of view about what's really going on. It's not just young people, you all, because some of the young people they're too busy doing other things and they're not paying attention. But it's those of us that know what freedom is like, know what it was to endure the hardship of trying to get the very rights that are being protected and that are being protected in that we have received from the 60s or 50s. And even when the Emancipation Proclamation was delivered and implemented, they still people that were slave owners and people that had a vested interest in the slave labor were very upset. And this is the source of where this comes from. When you have trying to have control of a individual or a group of individuals, and you make it seem like that your opinion and your freedom and your liberties are no good because of a certain color or texture of how you look, we really do have a problem. It's been a problem all along, but we have to stand up and make sure that we continue to keep those freedoms that we have. I was reading this part of this document, and I haven't completed it or finished it, but it's real interesting that these think tanks and these organizations that have come up and gotten together and just made up their minds that this is the way that we want America to run. We don't care about who we step on. We are the ones that are going to do it. And, you know, the rest of the document, as I was reading, sketches out in detail how the Republican administration can execute. Now they saying Republicans, they left out a whole segment of people, so it's one-sided. If you don't think like we think, if you don't think like the conservatives think, they consider you not being an American, and I think that that's kind of crazy. Think Because there's all these people that we live here in this country, folks. We live here, and there are many different people that have many different opinions and many different dynamics to America, that they feel that this is the way that they want us to go. They tell in detail that we want the Republican administration, no Democrat, no independent, none of us. We will all be one under their spell. They want to execute this goal in four fronts. That includes a comprehensive outline on what the White House and every single federal agent should do to overhaul its goals and day-to-day operation. They want to change a whole lot. They want to change the way that things are done. They're saying that the federal government that has been in place and the various departments that have been in place for over 200 years, over 250 years, it seems like. We want to change it. It's not running right. It's not running right for the conservatives, so they're going to want a conservative House, Senate, and we taking over the White House, and we taking over anything we want to take over. And that's how they feel. They feel that, hey, this is what we know, and it's just strange to me that we're sitting back. People are sitting back like nothing's going on, and these evil and conniving people are doing what they do, and they're devoted to their plan. And we're just going to delve into this and see the horrific details of some of this that's going on. It says that as a New Republic, the New Republic notes that Project 2025 is a remarkable and detailed guide to overturn the United States into fascist. They're going to be fascist paradise. They want to change it over to have dictatorship, and they say that it's going to be a paradise. They say that the primary document explains in this layout. It lays out the essential that a Christian nationalist versus version or vision of the United States. Let me get this straight. I love the Lord. I am a man that loves God, and I am a Christian. I believe that Jesus Christ is my Savior. I do believe that He is my Savior. That's for sure. I'm not ashamed to say so. Those of you that have other beliefs, I'm not knocking your beliefs, saying that your beliefs is not. But then this is interesting that they say this perspective that a Christian nationalist version of the United States, this is what they want, folks. They said one in which marriage is heterosexual, and is valid from any sexual expression or identity. All pregnancies would be carried to term, even if that requires coercion or if it causes death. And transgender and gender non-conforming people do not. They're trying to eliminate some folks here. They're trying to exterminate. What are you going to do with people that have their different versions? I'll say it and I'll say it again. I can't tell you who to love. I can't tell you who to be with. I can't tell you who your companion should be. I can't tell you to have children. Those decisions are left up to the individual. We have free will. We have rights to what we do with our body. I can't tell you those things, but according to this manifesto that they have, they say that if you are homosexual, that they're going to you're void. You don't have rights to be around or be here. They says any sexual expression or identity you shouldn't even have. And then they're telling women that all pregnancies, whether you're attacked or essayed or whatever the case may be, or even if you have a health problem, they say you're still going to carry that child, even if it's death. Now, this is some dangerous stuff that they're talking about. And I suggest, and I hope and that you all would really read this at your leisure and try to find out really what's going on. This is the Republican plan, the conservative plan to implement. This is just a piece of it to implement this tragic, this messed up, this Dr. Frankenstein. All the monsters are coming together, the exorcists and the body takeovers of the minds of these people. These people really want to change some things. Listen, we're going to take a commercial break real quick. I'll be back. I ain't mean to ramble and fuss, but you know how I am. I'm going to bring out what needs to be brought out. You're listening to WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. Also, you're listening to the Morning Takeover with James and Wisdom. I'll be back, folks. Y'all hold on. James is coming back. I'll be right back.
Wisdom's daughter and James Mack are dominating the airways with the Morning Takeover on 92.7 WKRA FM, your station for information and inspiration. Would you like to advertise your business on the radio? We're seeking sponsors for the Morning Takeover. Space is limited, so act now. Send an email to morningtakeoverjw@gmail.com for more information. You're listening to The Morning Takeover with Wisdom's daughter and James Mack on 92.7 WKRA FM, your station for information. Butters and Black Soap offers high-quality, handcrafted butters, black soaps, and oils made with all-natural ingredients that improve the appearance of hair, skin, and nails. Try Butters and Black Soap's amazing collection of African black soaps sourced from Ghana and infused with ingredients such as turmeric, oatmeal, sea moss, coconut milk, activated charcoal, and more to promote healthy-looking skin. Say goodbye to dry, cracked skin with the Sea Moss Body Cream by Butters and Black Soaps. This non-greasy formula will leave your skin soft and supple. If you want to achieve a natural, healthy glow, try one of their whipped shea butters. Indulge in the luxurious feel of African black soaps and more by Butters and Black Soap. Shop now at www.butters_blacksoap.com. Use custom code WISDOM for a 15% discount. Shop now. You're listening to The Morning Takeover with Wisdom's daughter and James Mack on 92.7 WKRA FM, your station for information and inspiration. Breaking news, current events, and trending stories on The Morning Takeover at 9.
And we're back. And listen, folks, that Butters and Black Soap, I heard so many rave reviews. I'm waiting for mine to come. And they say that this is a wonderful product. We hope that you all will support and support our sponsors if you'd like to. If you have a business, if you have a service, and you would like to advertise with us here on the Morning Takeover, hey, go to our website and our email address and Morning Takeover JW at gmail.com and let us know that you would like to. We will gladly have you. We're grateful for being on the air. This is our 5th week. We have gone forward and we're doing the things that we do. Like I said, Wisdom is taking some much needed rest and time off. She needs some rest and some downtime. We all do need that, and she's worked so hard right beside me, and I'm really, really grateful to her and for her being my radio partner. And she's wonderful. I'll say hey to you, Miss Wisdom, wherever you are. I'd like to say also to all of our wonderful listeners that I see in our live chat, you know that we're live streaming also from our YouTube channel. We ask that you go over there. You can replay the broadcast at any time. I like to once again say hey to all of our chat members. I see all of you here. 313, the best side. I don't know if that's true. I'm going to find out one day. I'll look that up. I said what I said. That's my friend. It's good to see you here, and thank you for tuning in, and thank you for being there. We were so grateful to you being there, and to Yvonne Moore and to Tony Richardson. Tony Richardson is one of our correspondents that's working in our Illinois bureau, as we say. We have some news people everywhere. We're going to be doing some things about what's going on there with some local government activities that's going on up there. And I will be in Chicago for the Democratic National Convention for this year. I will be live on the floor. We're going to be having some great interviews, and we're going to be bringing you up-to-date information on what the Democrats are going to do. Yeah, you better get busy. We all better get busy. We got things that we must do, and there's a cry out in the community and in the country that we're really going backwards instead of forward, and it's almost true whether we are going to go backwards or forward. But with this manifesto, I got to keep talking about this because this is very serious, folks. We got to know what's going on around about in our community and our country. And I'm going to do, and what we do here at the Morning Takeover, we want to make sure that you get the right information that you need to the best and to the most accurate that we know how, and that you be inspired. I mean, y'all keep your cool now. I ain't saying that y'all supposed to, don't get upset, don't get all bent out of shape and cause conspiracies of whatnot. Get your information right so that you can be informed on what's going on. Now, but digging back into this, this is really nerve-wracking because these people really want and they really feel that Donald Trump is going to get elected again, that they're going to put this man that essayed and talked about women and talked about taking us back to a time that we have never experienced and upset the way of life of this country that we have never seen before. And it concerns me, folks. It really does. And y'all tell me if I'm, this is my opinion, and I'm just looking at it from this standpoint. It's terrifying. It's a terrifying vision that they've created of what American life could look like. But what's most concerning about Project 2025 is its playbook for the first 180 days of the new administration. They want this second term of Trump to, they're saying that the time is short and conservatives, we need a plan, we need a playbook. The project said that they would create a playbook of actions to be taken in the first 180 days of the new administration to bring quick relief to Americans suffering from the left's devastating policies. What are they talking about? What in the world where are they going with this foolishness? They saying that Social Security is is something that we got to turn back. They already turned back affirmative action. They don't want the poor to be helped. Right now, the Supreme Court recently said that laws can be implemented to restrict that if laws were made that homeless people could not camp outside. They already don't have a house. Where are you going to put them? They already don't have the services, the mental health services that are, not all people that are homeless that have mental health issues, but you might get some because, the troubles and the things that people are going through, people got things on their mind. Here are people that don't even have a home, the most vulnerable of our society. They saying that we can make laws to treat them bad. What kind of diabolical thinking that is? And then they call themselves, this is what make me mad, and this is what gets me really kind of upset, is they call themselves Christians. You don't represent me. I don't know why I haven't heard such foolishness. I wish my pastor would get up in the pulpit and talk that foolishness and talk about we superior over everybody and we gonna take over and this is how we are supposed supposed to be, and all these. We are not supposed to impose our will and our thinking and our way of looking at things and our ideals on people. We should at least have the opportunity to make our own decisions under the law. Law is needed. We do need law and order. We can't be running around just willy nilly doing what we wanted. There got to be some kinds of controls to keep the liberties that we have. But this is just to me, it's just ridiculous to see that amongst the there are numerous and troubling suggestions that laid out in their playbook that is detailed. It's a detailed plan to essentially, I hate even, they say, unalive or to purge the federal workforce of thousands, tens of thousands of workers in favoring of hiring ones who would adhere to this sound like Nazi Germany. And that idiot that's gone now, that if the American democracy had not come in to rescue and help Europe, that we would be Nazis and we would be with Stalin and the rest of them. That's what they're trying to say. It says it right here. I'm not saying it. This is what they say. They say we're going to purge the workforce. That means all of you civil servants, folks that work for the Post Office, Social Security Administration, and various departments of government that don't think like them, that don't observe like them, that don't conform or accept Donald Trump or anybody like him, because he ain't gonna live forever. I mean, God help us. You know, he really thinks that he's superior, and these people think that they have an ecclesiastical approval of what's going on. Something is wrong. Something is deeply wrong when you compare and they really think that this is going to happen. They say, in the first 180 days, we're going to hurry up and change it. We're not worried about we moving in. When they swear the person in that they want in, they say, we're going to implement this. That means those people lose their livelihoods, their jobs. See, the government should be nonpartisan as far as when it comes to giving government services. So I don't believe in Trump. You're going to take my mother's Social Security away from her Medicaid, her Medicare. They're already doing it in Mississippi. They playing around with and in other parts. They won't even expand Medicare for the poorest people in the Delta. The poorest people, those that were left out after Reconstruction. They say, well, you're not working for us for free. So, they take care of their dogs and their cats and their birds and their pets. I'm not against pet owners. I know people have them. They love their dogs and their cats better than they love poor people. I'm just going to tell the truth. They had a session in the legislature and they just said, well, we'll give them Medicare just a little bit just to keep them quiet. There are rural hospitals and services, mental health services, and even the wages and the things that they're doing. They're taking over the cities and the organized cities, and they're saying, we want control of it. We'll tell you what we give to you. Yet they got the best insurance. Oh, yeah, they do. They got the best benefits. Oh, yeah, they do. They go to the big dinners and they go to the big luncheons and they have all of these things at their disposal. I'm talking about on both sides. And yet we can't even keep a rural hospital together. But Project 2025 says, we're going to get rid of them people that we're going to get rid of them people that don't think like us and ain't thinking like us. We're going to get rid of them and we're going to create our own workforce. All them people that work in, and I don't know how they're going to find out what people are thinking. How are they going to find out what people are, what they believe? Are they going to take a poll or have a survey? Or are they going to have their Gestapo and their new stormtroopers to go in and force people? I don't want to live like that. I don't want to live like that. And this is ridiculous. Evangelicals, all you people that hollering, I don't care what this man does. I don't care what he do. He can SA and talk all this foolishness. He can go into bankruptcy. He can lie and cheat. We want him because we believe that he represents what America is. First of all, let's get to that part. Let's stop this American foolishness and let's talk about this. When the settlers came over from England, let's talk about this. They're not going to teach this real history, this part of history in the history books. They ain't going to do it because they got rid of the history books and they talk. They want to eliminate people and do all of the foolishness that they're doing and trying to make people just we gonna want you to think like we want you to think, and you're gonna do what we're gonna do. But this is what they're doing, folks. This is what they're trying to create. They're saying that we want you to live like this. Evangelicals, y'all hollering in church, lifting your hands, doing all this. I'm not making a mockery. I'm not making a mockery and mocking you if you truly believe in your heart what you believe. But how dare you get there and say you represent me? When people are held in cages and children were separated, and you let this man stand here and say, I don't care about nothing, I want your vote. Even when he stood in front of the church across the street from the White House, holding up to everybody, all the cameras flashing and and got all his cabinet people that were there, that were duped to be there. His Joint Chiefs of Staff that was in charge of the military says, if I would have known that he was doing what he's doing, that was General Milley, and he's retired now. And he said, if I'd known, he said, I'd turn around and I'd have walked away. This man held up a Bible. Not just held up the Bible, he don't even know what direction it is. It was held up upside down, like, oh, I represent. You say you represent Christianity, but you're a heathen in your actions, a hypocrite, a viper. They said, y'all know what that is. Y'all been in Sunday school and things like that. I'll explain that one day. I'm not going to do it here. That's not the proper program for us to do that. But I want you to understand and realize that these people are really, really, really serious. They say Project 2025 is the brainchild of the Heritage Foundation, the 50-year-old conservative think tank that is amongst the most influential with the right-wing organizers and organizations in this country. That means that it says that it's nearly half a century. It's been in existence for nearly half a century. The Heritage Foundation has used its resources, influence, and money to push its conservative agenda in just about every facet of American life, from anti-abortion advocacy, voter suppression, anti-climate change policies, and they're going to discriminate against our brothers and sisters that just so happen to love someone else in their own way. Let's talk about this thing right here. I personally am not in. I don't because of my beliefs. I don't advocate abortion. But now there is, in medical senses, there's SA, there's incest. There's horrible crimes that are being committed against people that involves a child being produced. And it breaks my heart to know that there are people that have to go through that. And voter suppression, folks. Let's talk about voter suppression of the 1950s, 60s, and the march towards civil rights. My grandparents and my parents had to go through the horrific fight to get rights just to drink from a water fountain, not just so. And they were threatened on the plantations. That was the place where they sharecropped, and they were told by the plantation owners that if you vote, you will be thrown off the land. If you go and try to get rights, if I see your sons, your daughters, or if I see your children that are school age and they're trying to go and march with that Dr. King and with that King movement, that Medgar Evers movement, and that Fannie Lou Hamer movement, and and trying to get rights. Well, you're not going to have a livelihood. We'll starve you. We'll put you off of our land, and I'll tell the other plantation owners not to do the intimidation, the voter suppression. They used to shake a jar. Voter suppression. This is how evil these people are. They used to shake a jar with soap and say, count the bubbles. If you can tell us how many bubbles that are in the jar, you can register to vote. Don't register to vote. I'll have Bull Connor and the police and the sheriff to beat you and put the dogs on you and put the water hoses on you just because you want to be free. They're not teaching this anymore. They've eliminated this. They say that you wake up or you're woke and you're not allowed to do, and you're not allowed to know your history. Don't tell them that. Don't tell them that we lynched people. I mean, we unalived people. Don't tell them that we whipped people. Don't tell them that we essayed their grandmothers and their Don't tell them that we told them they couldn't go to school. Don't tell them that they couldn't learn, have a bank account, have a house of their own, or have freedom. Don't tell them those things. We've lost our history. When you lose your history, you lose everything. Oh yeah, that's what they do. That's what they try and tell people. They try and tell people that what you went through was nothing. Was nothing. It was nothing. It's scary, folks. It's scary. It's scary that we sit back and we have to go. That's just voter suppression. Climate change. It is hot, folks. It is hot. Growing up, I'd never known it to be this hot this early. Our climate and the emissions and the things that are destroying our ozone. And we can do something about it. Yeah, electric cars are coming. Yeah, there's solar energy and wind energy. And these people are saying, because big gas and oil companies are saying, well, we'll be left out of the box. So here's a couple of $1 billion, and I want you to push and eliminate the regulation. That's what Project 25 says. We're going to eliminate these things. We ain't going to have this. Well, our rich people and oil companies got to have what they got to have, and we ain't trying to eliminate that. Y'all make sure that we keep our little money and we do what we have to do, you know. And they said that my brothers and sisters and people that just so happen that they just choose to love in the way that they want to. Now there's free will. I don't have to do it. I have individual right not to. But do I, as a person, should deprive a person of their free will right to do what they want to do? Not doing criminal stuff, not trying to break in houses, and they're not trying to do all of that and unaliving people and things like that. I'm just simply saying, you know, am I to turn a blind eye and treat them bad because that's what they want to do? I'm going to drag them into the laboratories and I'm going to deprogram you. Evangelicals, you know, y'all done that too. And come to find out the people that are so much against that community are a part of the community in the closet. You know, they secret, they hiding that they love other people. They got spouses and stuff, and they sit there with their gleaming dresses on and they're lifting up. They're hypocrites. I'm telling the truth. They hypocrites. You're hypocrites. You sit there, and they want to turn this. They want to turn the United States of America and tell them that these people don't have rights. Yeah, all these things that are happening. The Heritage Foundation and got the nerve to be called a it's nothing but a foundation of prejudice, racism, classism. That's what their foundation is. We want to have it so that this is the way we want America to be. The foundation was they organized this Project 2025. The initiative is actually a coalition made up of more than 100. Get this, 100 right-wing groups, including the notorious groups like the American First Legal. I don't know what they got. They ain't even got no more title on it there. And then other groups like the Public Interest Legal Foundation, Moms for Liberty. And, you know, according to some news networks, they said they have a huge web of right-wing dark money groups connected to this. The rich people are saying we tired of giving equal wages and living wages to people. We tired of you benefiting and being able to allow you to have a decent home, a decent family. We don't want you to have this American dream. We don't want you to have what I believe the founders were. They didn't include people that kind of look like me. I'm not saying they didn't think that we were going to be a part of this. They brought us here. We were brought here. But when they traveled on the boat, they were trying to get away from the king. The king is pressuring us and taxing us, taxation without representation. They taxing this, they taxing that. The colonists, the people that created this was a British colony on the East Coast before it spread it all the way over to our coast on the west. And they were sitting there, they were under British rule. And somebody had a meeting, said, look, we're over here working hard. We over here got our crops. We got to go over and ship our stuff over to them, and they putting a tax on it. We can't have this. We ought to be free to have families, and we ought to be free to have our own homesteads, and we ought to be free to do these things. Yet they took from the Indians. Let's talk about them. There are some Indian reservations. They just give them reservations now. They taken the land. This was their land. Here, not Christopher Columbus coming over here saying, I discovered America. No. Let's get that straight right now. We're going to get that straight and let you know that there were Native Americans, my grandmother being one of the descendants of Native American. Beautiful woman, Melissa McCrae, had beautiful skin, beautiful hair. And she told me the history. She had a picture of her mother that was in traditional Navajo dress, and she said, "This is my mama." I said, "Really, Grandma?" She said, "Yeah." She said, our people had land, and we had crops, we had cattle, and they gave us this reservation around then. They gave them reservations back then, but but these people that landed on Plymouth Rock, or really they put Plymouth Rock on our back. These people came over and they took these people land. We owe them something. So they're saying that the land that we've taken and the land that has been established, we want it to be a certain way. And that's a problem. 180-day plan. They got it together here. They're saying that this is what we want. They say they want, they said that they got chapters in this proposal, the plan, the 180-day plan playbook, and they got more than 400 scholars and policy experts. People, we got scholars and people and from across the conservative movement. Why aren't y'all asking us, those people that don't identify with conservatism, why haven't you asked us? Why haven't you asked us? I matter? No, I don't think we matter. They didn't ask us. And I imagine those scholars don't look like me either, or look like some of the people that I know. No offense to my people that don't, and my friends that don't look like me, but this is the diabolical plan that they got into the laboratory. And they says that, they got about 400 of them from their movement and from around the country. And they say the groups say that and these groups say that including former Trump administration officials, these folks that was in there, the notable right-wing figures like Acting Secretary of Defense Christopher Miller, that joker, the assistant former Deputy Secretary of Homeland Security, Cuccinelli, Peter Navarro, that joker that needs to be locked into prison. They the top Trump folks on this plan. They're trying to do this to us, folks. They're trying to do this to us. They're trying to stick us. They're trying to do everything that they can. And you read, and I want you to be able to go to just type into your search engine Project 2025. It's 920 pages of what I call a diabolical plan to destroy America that we know. We've always had a difference of opinion. We've all had our own way of thinking. We need to take care of the people that are here. And they're saying that people that are not like thinking like them should be eliminated. Some of these people support the candidacy of the man with the orange hair, not even knowing, going down a rabbit hole, don't even know. We want him. We'll follow him. This is what we want. And not knowing that if this thing is implemented, if this plan is implemented, what a disaster it would be. Folks, your vote means more now. And it's very important that we understand that we got work to do. Listen, we're going to take a quick break real quick. And I'm going to find me some more coffee. Well, no, I'm going to leave my coffee alone because I got a little disturbed by what was going on. I ain't going to drink no more coffee. I'm going to give me some water. And once y'all go get you a beverage or two, we're going to have just a brief break and give you an opportunity to, we're going to go into what we can do and what's going to happen, what we look like under this new plan that they have. You're listening to WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. This is the Morning Takeover with Wisdom and James. We will be back.
Wisdom's Daughter and James Mack are dominating the airways with the Morning Takeover on 92.7 WKRA FM, your station for information and inspiration. Would you like to advertise your business on the radio? We're seeking sponsors for the Morning Takeover. Space is limited, so act now. Send an email to morningtakeoverjw@gmail.com for more information. You're listening to The Morning Takeover with Wisdom's Daughter and James Mack on 92.7 WKRA FM, your station for information and insight. You're listening to The Morning Takeover with Wisdom's Daughter and James Mack on 92.7 WKRA FM, your station for information and inspiration. Breaking news, current events, and trending stories on The Morning Takeover at 9.
And we're back. We're really grateful for this opportunity just to spend a little time with you in the morning. I'd like to say hello to our wonderful co-host, Wisdom's Daughter, and she's taking some much needed time off, and we really appreciate you on the Morning Takeover. She's very, very informative, and she gives us an opportunity to enjoy our mornings. I'd like to say hello to everyone that's in the chat and on our YouTube channels. I'm really appreciating you coming over to just being a part of the Morning Takeover, and hopefully we will be able to give you the information that you need and to bring current events Monday through Friday at 9 o'clock Central Standard Time, and 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday. We're going to continue to bring you the very, very best information that we can and to inform you. We like engagement, and we'd like for you to send your comments and your suggestions to us. And if you're listening on our various live stream platforms, you can comment. I'd like to say hello to all of you that are here keeping me company, and I'd like to say thank you for your continued support. You can support us. You can support us in the ways that we have something streaming across our screens. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. You can say hello. There are takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of work to prepare each and every morning. Some of us are morning persons, and some of us are not. But I'm glad that y'all are here. I'm really happy. I want to just say hi to you again, to all of you that are here. Also, let me say this while we're getting together and coming back from our break. If never before, your vote counts. Never before this maybe before this plan goes into effect, this may be our only opportunity to really send a clear message that we are not and we will not allow people to turn our country into a dictatorship. And it's not too late. Our president and his challenger had what they called a debate. It really wasn't a debate. It was one man lying and one man that was kind of tired from his travels. And you can make the comparison. If we really make a conscious effort and compare the two, the people that want to take us away from our country's foundation or what it should be, or the advances that have been made and the improvements thereof, they want to take it and they want to throw it all in the garbage, versus a leader and a person that wants to, one, help our allies. We have allies and people that are depending upon our democracy to continue to live. That's going to be over if we give that man a chance. The way of life of people will be upset. People that have worked and devoted their lives and their time to help us as a country to move and operate. They say if you don't think like they think, you're going to be out of a job, and your way of life is going to be over. Why would we, at this point in history, knowing what we know, allow a tyrant to come and create an atmosphere? People, I guess he'll be superior. Will they march in the streets, knock on each and every door, and say, you are a registered Democrat, independent, or whatever the case may be, and we're going to put you in a concentration camp because you don't think like these people? Are they going to go in our schools and get our babies out that are doing what they're doing and reading and doing these things, and they say, your parents are not conservative Republicans and we're going to eliminate? Are they going to go? As we work on our jobs, worship in our houses of worship, and stand up, and as we stand up for them trying to implement that, would they come in there and say, hey, because you don't believe like we believe, we're going to shut these doors, we're going to lock your pastors up, we're going to lock your leaders up, we're going to lock these aldermen up, we're going to lock your congresspersons up, we're going to keep them out? It's going to be one-sided. What we say go. Are we going to let this happen? Are we still going to let Pookie and Ray Ray and Shaniqua and all these other, those your names, we got, and all these people that are in the neighborhoods doing what they do, smash and grab, robbing folks, because people don't have the proper education, they ain't got a job, they ain't got these opportunities because of what's been created? What's going to happen? Are they going to march into the cities, into the urban areas? Your friends that you drink tea with, you go to lunch with, you go party with, you go to the concert with, will you be able to go to the concert with a person that don't look like you? Will you be able to date a person that don't look like you? Their color may be a little bit darker, it's not light like other people. Are you going to be able to sit next to them and work like them? Are we going to be robots? Are we going to be programmed? Are they going to stick something in our head and say we're going to control you and command you at our command because we are Project 2025, we're the Heritage Foundation, we're the evangelicals? Are we going to let this happen? We're going to sit at home? Are we going to sit at home on election day, convinced and saying that our vote don't matter? Your vote matters more now than it ever have. Democrat or Republican? Oh yeah, Democrats, y'all better get yourselves together. You sitting back letting these people do these things. I ain't heard nothing from you. You ain't said anything. Y'all said, oh well, the process will go forward and we're gonna, let's see. No, we have to stand up, and somebody has to be our voice. You got a voice. I got a voice. You got to vote. I got to vote. They're going to literally tell us exactly what they want us to do. And if we don't do it, we got to face the consequences. I don't want to wake up in the morning to go get a cup of coffee and I got to stand there and they say, oh, yeah, you was one of them Democrats. Oh, yeah, you was one of them ones for the Obama and you was the one that want people to have things. I'm going to go to my congressman. He's a conservative, and I'm going to let the conservative think tanks them know what's going on. What's going to happen to your business that you work so hard for, that your blood, sweat, and tears went into, just because you got a belief that everybody should have an opportunity to live free? What's going to happen to you? What's going to happen when we go to the hospitals, go get clinics, to the clinic to get services, and you look up and somebody that has Project 2025 folks sitting there looking at like that, I don't have to serve you because you don't look like me. What congregation do you go to? And if you don't say the right thing, they can deny you service. They said they're getting ready to take all of the hard workers and all of the people that work in social services to give our elderly parents, and we're going to be elderly one day, keep living, keep getting these birthdays. I'll be in the number. You know, what's going to happen? Am I going to get any Social Security? Will I be able to go to the doctor? Will they honor and give me Medicaid, Medicare, the things that I paid into all of these years and that you paid in all of these years? Is it going to be gone? Will we have a housing department? Will our education, they said that they are going to eliminate the Department of Education, Housing, and Urban Development, and all of y'all that's on Section 8 and everything like that. Ain't gonna be no more of that. Ain't gonna be no more welfare. We ain't giving you no more free nothing. We ain't doing nothing. We ain't trying to help no poor folks. If you what they gonna do with us? Homeless. They're gonna go in and they're gonna infiltrate and put into the places. Your aldermen and your committee people are gonna make local laws that says that if you're homeless, we're gonna lock you up in jail, or we're gonna do something. Then what you gonna do with the people that are in jail? Now we get into the nitty gritty. Oh, we got us a workforce. They'll make you in prison. They're gonna make you work, whether you like it or not. Young people. Y'all that's looking at them video games and doing this and that, young people, you're in trouble. Parents of the young people, what you all that got children in your house that are running your house and telling you what to do, you better talk to them. You better tell them. Here, this man with the orange hair had 34 felonies. He's been convicted and tried by a jury of his peers. And they attempting to make this man the leader of this country. You listen, parents, your young children, you better talk to them and get them around the table and say, listen here, this is what they're going to do. They're going to put them felonies on them. And they can't even, don't you know that if you get a felony, you can't get an apartment. You can't barely get credit. You won't be able to get a job. Yet they want this man with 34 of them to be the leader of this country. Nasty, vilest person I've ever met. His mama, his daddy, nasty. But they shouldn't have even gotten together that night. They should have did something else instead of having this thing. This greedy person, this person that bankrupt, his whole business has lied and told them he made such and so, and he made this. Atlantic City, I know y'all hear me on the East Coast. BB, you know that, Lady BB, you know that they on that East Coast. Look over there in Atlantic City and look at the boardwalk and look at the boarded up businesses, the Taj Mahal. He sold a dream. Took public money and got a building and just told people we're going to throw you out. And the government paid this idiot to do it. Oh, I blame them. Ed Koch, the former mayor of New York City, he walks in there with his slick lawyer and you went for it and gave him them buildings, and they threw them people out of there. What did he say about the Central Park Five? These young men just wanted to go to the park. Somebody attacked a person, and they said, what? We want the elimination of these people. They should be thrown away, and they should bring back the penalty of unaliving them. And he took out ads and papers, lied on these young men. One of the young men now is a council person, one of the New York council persons that Donald Trump lied on. You liar. He's a liar. Just tell the truth. Information. Now, let me give you some inspiration. Let me give you some information. Let me give you some inspiration. All is not lost, folks. It's not over. We still got, it's July. This is what we got to do as a people, as a community. And I'm speaking to my community, the community that I came from, that sometimes won't look at the news and think that the news is or information is not for you. You better wake up. First of all, you got to register to vote. That's the first thing you got to do. Second of all, find out where you're voting. Make sure that your voter registration is up to par. The second thing I want you to do on your own, and y'all that are listening, talk to your churches, your pastors, your social groups, those motorcycle organizations that are getting ready to do their motorcycle rides, all y'all that go to the club and all this other stuff that y'all not paying attention to. You need to tell people that they need to start paying attention to what's going on, because they're going to keep you partying. They're going to keep you laughing. They're going to keep you doing what you're doing. They're going to keep you high. They're going to keep pouring in the alcohol. It's not time to party. It's time for us to get our stuff together. I'm talking about you Democrats too. You representatives and you people in high places getting ready to go to Chicago. Oh, I'll be there. You got some splaining to do. WKRA will be there. I want to know, what are you going to do to stop this tyrant? What are you going to do? What's the plan? Joe Biden, what's the plan? Miss Harris, Vice President Harris, what's y'all plan? Y'all gonna leave us in the dust like this and let these people, they thinking while we partying and jigging and doing what we do. Oh, we famous and we taking selfies and we taking videos and we think we pretty and we good looking and we just doing all that we doing. And these people are getting ready to take away everything that we have as far as freedom. And we sitting back having a good time. So while you cooking your hot dogs and cooking your ribs and popping your firecrackers and doing everything that you're doing, talking about, oh, this is the 4th of July. This is the 4th of July. You better think about whether you're going to be celebrating the next 4th of July. Whether they said 180 days, 4 months or more, the first 5 months probably, of the new administration that they anticipating on having, they getting ready to turn up. Everything is going to be in trouble. So all you folks out there that's doing what you're doing, and all of a sudden you wake up on the day after the election and they're getting ready to certify the election the next few months afterwards, and that thing raise his hand and lie and say we're going to uphold. They getting ready to throw the Constitution out. They already told you we got a king. The late, great Thurgood Marshall. Look him up if they ain't going to tell you about who he is. He was the first African-American that was a Supreme Court justice. Fought for school integration. Brown versus the Board of Education. Worked with the NAACP so that we can have an equal shot to go to school. And some of y'all ain't even going to school now. Thurgood Marshall, God rest his spirit, is rolling over because we got somebody. The Uncle Tom is on the Supreme Court. He's going along with it. He got affirmative action. His grandparents that he lived with that straightened him out and put the belt on him or whatever they did, the discipline of the son. He came from Georgia, they say, down there, and he didn't like how things were going. No, so he went to school and he got his education and he did what he had to do and everything and moved on up even in the government and everything. He was a brother that was a Black Panther in the movement. He turned his back. He wasn't satisfied. And they grabbed him. Watch how people grab your children and try to manipulate them. And he turned completely. I don't care about them people. I'm trying to get this money. And they gave it to him. The love of money. Not money. We need money to take care of our bills and eat some groceries and do what we do. Money is good, but the love of it, the greedy people got to him. Come on over here, Clarence, and come on, get one of these good cigars. You know, we got these from Cuba. They ain't supposed to be in the United States, but you know, I'm rich and I'm here. Come on, get this brandy and come on, sit here. And you know what, brother? We're gonna have an artist to take a picture and paint us a whole picture. And he's the only one that don't look like them. They got him sitting down. They got him. Hey, bro, if you just say this and do this, and when Trump comes up for such and so, vote against that and vote against. How dare him? He don't represent me. It's a disgrace to the memory of the late great Thurgood Marshall that he allowed this man to try to be king. But then there's others that are on there. The three women that said, "Hey, we ain't going for it." They got a woman over there because, you know, the orange man nominated her and she feel, you ain't got no obligation to that man. That's a lifetime position. He can't put you out of it. And you mean to tell me that we will give this man ultimate? If he get back in there, we might as well say he'll be the last one, and they're gonna put Junior in behind him. If he pass on, they're gonna put Junior or somebody even worse up in there. I know that things seem kind of confusing, but we got inspiration and information. The inspiration part is get off y'all tail and vote. Compare the two. Get out there and vote. Register to vote. Your friends, your neighbors, get to talking to each other. Stop sheltering yourself. I don't want to talk to people. I don't want to talk to my relatives. I don't want to talk to people that can't go get a latte or can't go get some tea or can't be a part of this X and Y and Z generation. We better get ourselves together and see what's going on. They got a plan. They got a whole playbook. You cannot say you didn't hear it. I'm telling you, 920 pages. 920 pages. And they ready. I ain't even got through most of it. I got to read it all. I'm going to read it all. I'm going to keep this and I'm going to update you on what's going on, because it's crucial, folks. We listen and jigging to the music and we all this and we all that. Our churches, hey, look, they doing all kinds of things, and you know they saying they Christians, evangelicals. We are the Christians. This is how we want it to go. You don't represent me. This ain't the way that this ain't the way that I believe. This ain't what I read. This ain't what in my heart. Folks, while you're celebrating the Declaration of Independence and the independence of this country, what you see now is going to be totally different if the man with the orange hair gets up in there. I'm just going to tell the truth. The views that I'm saying are mine as a host and as a commentator. And I'm trying to get you to see that we're in some deep stuff. I don't want to be separate. I don't want to look at my neighbors that may be a different color than me, that I got to look at them like they double agents or they something, or I can't sit and talk with them. I can't go and enjoy myself. We don't have things in common just because people want us to be divided and think like them. You should be able to think like you want to think. Feel like you want to feel, love like you want. That's your choice. It ain't got to be my choice. We got something everybody has in this country should have, and that is a free will. Democrats, get yourself together, get your stuff in order. Democrats, that's supposed to be saving democracy. Get on your job. Stop sitting back, sucking up all the benefits. Speak, say something. I'm going to be in Chicago. I'm going. I got a purpose and a reason for going. Somebody got to tell me something. What y'all going to do? We're not just going to go around here and nominate somebody. Yeah, the man is old. Yeah, the man can't get around. He's not getting around like he used to. How many of us that have got a little age on us and not trying to shake our tail like the teenagers and everything? How many of us got crooks in our back and and feel a little pain every now and then? This man he's 80, but he got a mind and a plan, and he's done his work. Give him a chance. Lord knows, give him a chance, because if we get that thing that we had before, we're in trouble. I said it. How dare us? How dare anybody to try to change and try to cause disarrayment? We already hanging on by a thread. They ain't thinking about the ozone layer and climate change. Our country is hot. The Arctic is hot. The ice is melting because we won't take our time to love where we are. Use the things that we have. We got wind turbines. And we got, okay, the sun is out. We might well get our sun from it and stop burning this gas and stuff. They say we ain't doing it because we want the rich oil companies to make it. I'm not knocking the oil companies. I'm not knocking anybody, but this is not the way to do it. You're not going to tell me what to do. And I'm going to, if nobody else, I'm going to stand up for myself. You're not going to change me. I'm not a fascist. I don't care if they get the marching up and down the street. You can do, because you know something. I know somebody that's in control of this life and this body of mine. So I ain't afraid of nothing. You can do what you want to do. What you gonna do? Unalive me or whatever the case may be. I ain't scared. Ride up and down the street or walk up and down the street with sheets on. I ain't scared of no goats. You can't frighten me. Register, but just don't register. Get your tail out there and vote. You've been listening to WKRA's Morning Takeover 92.7 on your FM dial. I'm James Mack. I'm your host. Our co-host, Wisdom's daughter, is here. I know I done hollered and woke everybody up and everything. They said this man's yelling and carrying on this Morning Takeover. Support, if you believe and you listening to what we're saying, support what we're doing. I'm not trying to change your mind. I'm just trying to get you all to think and to see today on this show. Wake up, community. Wake up, y'all. And as you enjoy your time off, I want you to have some discussions around that bid whist table. Well, y'all, the bid whist, I like spades, though, when you're out there getting ready to light your fireworks and look at the fireworks display and listen on TV as they play America, America, the my country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing, land where my fathers died, land where the pilgrims cried. From every mountain side, let freedom ring. I can hear Aretha Franklin singing that now. I want to be free. I want to live in a land where my mom will not be thrown to the side. I want to live where my nieces and my nephews can live and go to college and build their lives. I want to live in a country where my friends, I can go and we can sit down and eat breakfast together. And not have to, I want to have a job that I can punch the clock and I can get a decent wage from. I want to be able to be free. I don't want to live in a country where I won't be free. Bill. And if we don't do something about it, all that's going to be taken away from us. This is the morning drive, y'all. I'm getting ready to go and sit down somewhere. We got a lot of music and entertainment coming. WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. Stay tuned and listen to some of the best music this side of the Mississippi, as they say. And we want to thank you for allowing us to come into your homes and wherever you might be. And tune in tomorrow. And we hope to see you all. Tell somebody about what we're doing. Support our program and be good to each other. Love each other. Love somebody, and let somebody know that hey, trouble don't last always.
Wisdom's Daughter and James Mack are dominating the airways with the Morning Takeover on 92.7 WKRA FM, your station for information and inspiration. Would you like to advertise your business on the radio? We're seeking sponsors for the Morning Takeover. Space is limited, so act now. Send an email to morningtakeoverjw@gmail.com for more information. You're listening to The Morning Takeover with Wisdom's Daughter and James Mack on 92.7 WKRA FM, your station for information and inspiration. Wisdom's Daughter and James Mack